The village at which she grew up has a vibrant culture. Why is this sentence incorrect? Let us go through this lesson together to see why this sentence is incorrect. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Know Your English Grammar, where learning English becomes easy. If you have not as yet subscribed, please do so now as I continue to bring you insightful English grammar lessons to improve your knowledge of English. In which, at which, on which. Today, I will help you to understand when you should use these prepositional phrases correctly. In, at, and on are prepositions. Which is a relative pronoun. When the preposition in, at, or on is paired with the relative pronoun which, along with the other elements of the sentence, we get a prepositional phrase. The prepositional phrase will begin with the preposition and ends with the object of the preposition. The relative pronoun which is the object of the preposition. Let us start with in which. We use in which when we are referring to a location that has an enclosed or large space with boundaries, such as in a car, in a building, or in a city. We may also use in which to refer to a specific period of time. It means that at some moment in time, something or someone is inside of something. For example, the library is a quiet place in which students can study without distractions. The main thing we are referring to in this sentence is the library. The library is an enclosed space with boundaries, so the correct prepositional phrase to use is in which. Here is another example. The box in which I found the old photographs was hidden in the attic. Again, our prepositional phrase is referring to the box, and the box is an enclosed space with boundaries, so the correct phrase is in which. Here's another example. The city in which she works has many nationalities. The city is a large space with boundaries. We say in a city, in a village, or in a town. Therefore, in which is the correct phrase to be used. And in our last example, remember we said in which is also used to refer to a period of time. So in this sentence, I remember the time in which I sang on the church choir. This refers to a certain period of time, not a specific time, but a certain period of time that she sang on the church choir. Let's now look at which. We use at which to indicate a specific point in time, a specific event, or a specific location. Please note, in which referred to a period of time, but not a specific time. At which is specific. It means that at a specific point in time, something is situated at a specific place. Example, at the door, at the top of the street, or at the ceremony. For example, the ceremony at which the principal spoke was a memorable event. The phrase is referring to the ceremony, and that is a specific event. So the correct phrase is at which. The ceremony at which the principal spoke was a memorable one. Here is another example. The door at which the box was placed is still open. We are referring to a specific location, the door. The box was placed at a specific location, at the door. Therefore, the correct phrase to be used is at which. The door at which the box was placed is still open. And here's another example. 35 Sunset Avenue is the address at which Jerry lives. We have a specific address, 35 Sunset Avenue. This is a specific location. Therefore, we use at which for a specific address. Now for the phrase on which. We use on which when we are referring to a specific location where something is situated on a surface or attached to something. For example, on the table. This is a specific location on a surface, or on the tree, or on her finger. These are specific locations that are attached to something. On which is also used to specify the basis or foundation for a decision. I will explain this in the following examples. Example number 1. The table on which the laptop was placed had a scratch on its surface. The phrase is referring to the table, which has a surface, and on that surface the laptop was placed. Therefore, we use on which. Our next example. The old tree on which apples are ripening provides a bountiful harvest for the farmer. What is our phrase referring to here? The apples or the tree? The phrase is referring to the tree. The apples are attached to a specific location on the tree. Therefore, on which is the correct phrase. On which is also used to specify the basis or foundation for a decision. In this sentence, the document on which the decision was based was carefully reviewed. The document is the basis or the foundation for the decision. So, on which is the correct phrase to be used. The use of on suggests a connection of the decision to the document. If we were to use in which instead of on which in this sentence, it would imply a location or a more physical relationship which doesn't align with the intended meaning in this context. I'm sure you understood all of what we just went through, but to make it easier for you, I'm going to give you a little tip to help you to know when you should use in, on, or at which. Here is the tip. To choose the correct preposition to be used before the relative pronoun which depends on the phrasal verb used in the sentence. When the main verb can be combined comfortably with the preposition, then we have made the correct choice. So let's go back to our first example using in which. The box in which I found the old photographs was hidden in the attic. Remember, our tip says we should look at the phrasal verb, and if the verb combines with the preposition, then we can decide which prepositional phrase we should use. The main verb in this sentence is found. Found can be combined with in. Found in. So if we rearrange the sentence structure, we may say the box was found in the attic, not found at the attic or on the attic. So the correct phrase is in which. Let's use another example, this time from on which. The table on which the laptop was placed had a scratch on its surface. The main verb in this sentence is placed. Placed can be combined with on. Placed on. We may rearrange this sentence to say the laptop was placed on the table, not in the table or at the table. If we were to use at, then our sentence would have to be restructured to give a different meaning. We would need to give a specific location, such as the laptop was placed at the foot of the table. Let's use this tip with another example from at which. The ceremony at which the principal spoke was a memorable event. Spoke is the main verb in this sentence. Spoke can easily be combined with at. The principal spoke at the ceremony, so the correct phrase to be used is at which. Well, everyone, now that we have gone through the lesson, we can now see why our introductory sentence, the village at which she grew up has a vibrant culture, is incorrect. At refers to a specific location, and in refers to being inside a space with boundaries. So we say in the village, in the city, in the town, but at 35 Sunset Avenue, which is a specific location. So our correct sentence is the village in which she grew up has a vibrant culture. Just to elaborate a bit, if she lived at 35 Sunset Avenue in the village, using the relative pronoun which, our sentence would be 35 Sunset Avenue at which she lives is in the village. This sentence is saying that the specific address is at 35 Sunset Avenue, but 35 Sunset Avenue is located in the village. Well, that's it for this lesson. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. I will see you next time for another insightful lesson in English grammar. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my lessons. Thank you again for joining. See you next time. Bye-bye.